right, we are back once again. It's Monday, January something, no 25th, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That means it's time for another installment of Southern Nevada Sports News on VegasAllNetRadio.com. My name is Bill Miller. I'm co-host along with
Jeff Belknap.
And once again, welcome. We have got a jam-packed show today.
Yep.
And really looking forward to it. We're going to talk about the NFL weekend.
Yes, sir.
Super Bowl teams are there. And, of course, that now that the actual hype won't probably start for another week once they land at the Bay Area and then the teams get settled, and then we'll all be saturated with it. But, bringing everybody up to speed, of course, the call-in line, 702-483-4444. 702-483-4444. Talk about all things Southern Nevada sports related. We're going to have a great show today. We've got the GM, Z Khan, of the UNLV men's hockey team.
Yes.
In case you didn't know, there is hockey here in Las Vegas.
That's right.
At UNLV. And actually, they're a very good team. And junior center Axel Anderton is also going to be joining us as well. And then we've got a young man on the prep level. His name is Vasa Hansel, who's a senior at Desert Pines High School. And we're going to get a chance to chat with him. Desert Pines coming off a successful season.
Great season. And, led by their coach over there, Tico Rodriguez, I believe is the head coach. Tico.
And so if, you'd like to talk about Desert Pines High School or UNLV men's hockey, again, the call-in line 702-483-4444. So let's get with it. I got 50-50 over the weekend.
Yeah.
Carolina came through as I thought they would.
In a big way.
In a big way. I didn't think it would be that bad, but they came through in a big way. And pleasantly surprised that Denver pulled out the game against New England.
Yep.
A lot of people are surprised by that. But I think that there's a sentimental favorite in seeing Peyton Manning, considering what the discussions were about him a month ago. Versus him now going to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And a chance to go out a winner. A la his president of the club, by the way.
John Elway.
Who left a winner. Back-to-back Super Bowl wins.
Well, hopefully Peyton Manning will do that little somersault for a touchdown. I would actually love to see that.
I would, too. I think he would love to see it.
I'd actually like to pay money for that.
Well, certainly the Manning family would like to see it.
As long as he falls down, okay. But
that was, I think that was a pleasant surprise. And again, I say that. First time, really, I didn't have an axe to grind, and I didn't have a dog in the fight. Usually there's somebody I'm sort of rooting against because I'm a Buccaneer fan, and obviously.
So you weren't rooting against the Broncos, being a Chiefs fan?
No.
Okay.
No, my mom, believe it or not, is a huge Bronco fan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because of Peyton
So
Manning.
you wanted to eat on Sunday, so you obviously had to root for the Broncos.
Yes, and so I knew that she was absolutely cooking. She wouldn't tell me what she was going to have.
She always cooks on Sunday.
Well, it turns out we had barbecue, which was great. She beef ribs, pork ribs, and chicken.
Can't pass
that up. She made an amazing potato salad, which is called red, white, and blue. The blue being blue cheese. And it's
very nice.
Yeah, it's actually my oldest son's recipe from one of his restaurants that he worked.
Fantastic.
And it's absolutely delicious.
So he shared a recipe with Mom or Grandma?
Well, he'll share it with Grandma.
Not you, though.
Not me, but he'll share it with Grandma.
Because you might be able to make some financial advancement with that.
There you have it. Hey, I'm always looking for an angle.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So, and then, of course, just unfortunately, the game, the second game, did get boring, and I ended up finally just sort of turning it off.
Unless you had the overs on the turnovers, then it would have been interesting.
Well, and I'll tell you the absolute game-changing moment, unfortunately, was the punt flubbed by Peterson.
Yeah.
This is a 17-7. Arizona had just scored. Little momentum. And then they had 3 and out for Carolina. This is a chance to get the ball back.
Yep.
About 4 minutes left in the half.
And good field position.
Good field position. Yep. And it was, again, when I saw it, he ran up on it, he fumbled it. I looked at my mom. I said, Mom, this is what they call a game changer. I said, I guarantee you Carolina's going to score on this drive. And sure enough, instead of it being maybe 17-10, and again, a game. it was 24-7.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but a couple other times when Arizona had drove down, was intercepted in the end zone. I mean, the turnovers just kept coming and coming, and
Well,
it
there
was just
was
an onslaught.
the back-to-back turnovers. There
Yeah.
was, after the kickoff, then there was a fumble, by Palmer.
Yep.
And then, of course, then there's the pick by Arizona. So they get the ball back. Then there's the pick by Carolina in the end zone. And I'm
Yep.
going like, man, I
Well,
can see where this thing is
The
going.
one thing that I appreciated, I'm a big fan of like putting teams away, and
Me too.
the NFL is not really big on that. The NFL kind of likes to see teams kind of hang around a little bit, and the way that Carolina just went like
For the
literally
throw.
after them and then scored and then literally just kept going after them.
Yeah.
I mean, there had to be. I mean, the people that had the over obviously were screaming, which was me. I did have the over, and then I did take the over in the second half because I didn't think it was going to happen the way that it did.
Right.
I actually thought that Arizona was actually going to put together a game,
Right.
and actually, the game would go over that way. I had no idea that it was going to go like the way that it did. But hey, hats off to Cam Newton.
Yeah.
He kept the team in it. There's so many weapons that were available. Tolbert got some good plays. Stewart, Gwynn had the nice the reverse.
Oh, there was
run.
just the different type of running plays that they, were able to. It wasn't just a simple running game, all right, we need to keep the offensive line honest, and linebackers honest, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. No. This was a well-mapped-out strategy, and I believe after last week's defensive posture to play not to lose that game as opposed to, when they had the opportunity to really step on Seattle's throat, they opted this time like we're not taking any chances. They learned what they did happen last weekend, and there was no way in the world they were going to allow Arizona an opportunity to get back into that game.
Did you see the last 6 games? Last 6 home games, they led by 17 points or more.
Yeah.
They actually gave that statistic. The last 6 home games, they led at 17 points or more. I mean,
Well, I know one of them are the Buccaneers, so
Right. Well.
I knew that could be at least 30. So I mean,
so it looks like we have Ryan on the line. Ryan is from A7FL. Ryan, are you there?
I'm here. How you guys doing?
Good,
pretty
man.
good,
How
Ryan,
are you?
Pretty good.
Good. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. Now this is A7, folks. If you did not know about this, this is adult 7-on-7 tackle, no pads football.
Is that a good enough description, Ryan?
Yeah, it kind of gets everybody. It doesn't paint the picture right away until you
Yeah.
see some video of it. But yeah, we're 7-on-7, full contact, no pads. It's pretty wild.
Yes, and I wanted that kind of hang over there.
Just sink in a little
kind of
bit.
take that in. No, he didn't say no pads. I mean it's maybe this is just something else. But so please, Ryan, this is an opportunity we'd really like for you to explain the concept of this league. First of all, how long has this been in development?
We actually started in 2006, so we're heading into our 11th season. Last year we went through a rebranding phase into the A7FL and also our expansion phase. Basically, it started out as just my own desperation to still play football. I still wanted to play back in 2006. We didn't have pads, and so that's how we started out, and it's actually turned out to be a safer game. You have to wrap up in this league. You can't just fly in with a blind elbow. You can't obviously lead with your head. So the topics started coming out, and we got written up in Forbes last year, and people are starting to say, hey, you know what? This is a safer way to play football. There's no helmet to helmet. There's no repetitive headshots that you get in a traditional style football game, and the gameplay is awesome. We still play 100 yards, but we shrink the width of the field. You could run any type of offense that you see in 11s. You guys come out and run wishbone. They run spread. It's great. You got to take a look at it. You can go on a7fl.com and you can check out some of the videos. Some great players that passed through here, and we're definitely really excited for what the future holds.
Well, we spoke a few weeks back about some expansion to the West Coast, and obviously with the NIF as one of the parent or I guess subsidiary companies of Southern Nevada Football LLC. There's a lot of capability to develop leagues like the A7, and we're really excited about it, man. I've been watching, and we have pretty deep roots with the football and rugby community in Las Vegas and in California. The rugby guys love this because it's not the traditional, Australian rules football that they're used to playing.
Right.
So there's a lot of good stuff that could happen with this. I mean, what are your immediate plans for expansion?
What's the immediate plans for expansion? It's tough to say. I mean, we definitely want to get in some new markets. Right now, we're really popular in the Northeast. It's kind of congested up here, so we have a lot of cities in a small radius. So we get teams from Baltimore to New York to Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and we're starting to flirt with the idea of how do we roll this thing out? Do we want to roll out with a concentrated amount of teams in one area, or do we want to have maybe one team in Las Vegas, one team in San Francisco? So that's, we're in it right now and trying to plan for this expansion. Everybody that sees this thing, they get out of their seat. The hits just keep coming. They love it. And, we'll see. Maybe
I like the team in Las Vegas idea.
This year, that's when we kick it off. And, then we'll see where the expansion takes us.
How can folks get in touch with you?
They can go right on the website, a7fl.com. You just search A7FL on Facebook. You'll see a bunch of videos on there. We got guys commenting all over the world. I got to go on there all the time and hit the translate button. You get these Japanese football players commenting on it. They love this stuff. If you're in a third world country or somewhere where football never existed, you can't just pick up a football and find equipment and play.
Yeah.
With our game, you can just find the ball and play. That's why soccer's so big. Kids can just pick up a soccer ball and play.
And basketball, and
basketball, exactly. Now with this game, we actually had guys in Mexico and Venezuela starting to film and play what they call A7 mode. They call it A7 mode, and they're starting to experiment and play football. And it looks a little funny because they didn't grow up playing this game. We all played in the backyard.
Hey, we'll go down and train them, Ryan. Don't worry, buddy.
On,
Well,
once the kids start catching on, that's how it's going to expand.
The one thing with regard to the rugby players is that it's not that constant flow that rugby has.
Right.
So you have the, all right, line up, and then we're going to run a play, or there's a huddle and that sort of thing. So because I've been to the Series 7 rugby tournament here in Vegas,
which is coming up.
Yeah, which is coming up.
I'm very excited about that, by the way.
And and again, it relies on speed more than anything because of the size of the field. And the fact is, there's only 7 guys. One missed tackle, and then he's
gone.
He's gone. But I can really see this as being, I played football in high school, but some of the most fun football games we had were tackle games where, where we didn't have any equipment whatsoever.
Bloody noses, broken collarbones.
And there was always that one game after Thanksgiving that we used to get together and
play.
Turkey
Bowl, man.
Yeah, find the muddiest field that had made the crappiest field, and that's where you played it. But nobody ever got hurt because you were always cognizant. Of course, yeah. You're not going to leave with your head. We all had, hopefully day jobs by then.
Right.
And so we certainly didn't want to sacrifice any more brain cells than we absolutely had to.
The fact that there will be doctors, coming in on this, and concussion specialists, and they're actually going to be able to do some studies, based on the way that this is done. Seattle Seahawks do a great job of the rugby tackling, and I think that with A7 coming along, the rugby, the whole idea and the concept will be big, and Ryan, I'm just looking. I'm excited to see you spearheading this thing, and to see Southern Nevada Football LLC get involved with it.
Did you guys see the movie Concussion?
I have not seen
I
it,
have not
but
seen it yet.
I have heard, good and bad.
If you start to see some of these ex-NFL guys, like Antoine Randall just came out with an article how he regrets ever playing football. If you read the comments and what parents are saying, and football with pads is over. It's top heavy now. The moms don't want it anymore. Yeah. I mean, when you see the movie Concussion, which you're going to learn, those repetitive shots to the head is what's causing this CTE. So we're working with a mouthpiece company now that they actually put a little SD card inside, and they could actually gauge and see the data and what type of head trauma that you're getting in a football game. So once we put data to this, I think people are going to see. You don't get that repetitive head trauma like you do in a traditional football game.
Yeah. Well, Ryan, this is absolutely exciting news, and again, we were looking forward to the opportunity to actually have you on the show, folks, and that's a7fl.com. And again, we're talking about adult tackle football, 7-on-7, no pads, and again, that's a7fl.com. Yeah.
And Ryan, we'll be in touch with you a little bit more. Obviously this is groundbreaking what you guys are doing, and we plan on some West Coast expansion and working with you guys, and we're excited, man.
Yeah, I can't wait. I appreciate you guys having me on the show, and we'll see what happens.
All right, thank you so much.
I talked to Sean earlier today, and we are going to I'm going to make a commitment to get out to Jersey, so I expect you to make sure I get some good pie and everything while I'm there.
That'd be great. That'd be awesome. Looking forward to having you guys. Yeah, come check out a game. We'll go hang out in Atlantic City a little bit. Sure.
Oh, I like it.
All right, man. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Ryan.